We'd like to welcome you, and we're glad you're here joining us in the Lair, where we talk all things Wildcat football.
Everything.
And we're here today to debrief and recap the Priory game from this last weekend. And, you know, anytime you win a game by 4 touchdowns, you should feel pretty good.
Normally, yes.
But it just didn't feel like the team it wasn't quite clicking the way it has been.
No, not on all cylinders. It was kind of tough on the defensive side of the ball. We did have some starters back, and you wonder if that LB may have been not
the chemistry.
It's just reinserting them into the lineup. Just takes some adjustment, just like losing someone does. We don't like to give up those types of points. You said,
yeah, we haven't given up that many points yet this year. I mean,
right.
We gave up 20 to MICDS, but 21 to Priory.
Yeah,
not a great Priory team.
Physical.
So
yeah, that's a new high that we've given up. We didn't expect to do that. We don't even like to give up first downs. You know, we believe that. That's a no-no as well.
So why don't we talk defense first, because we're already kind of talking about defense. Right. There were definitely some pros and cons, and on the defensive side of the ball, like you said, we had 2 starters back, one who hadn't played yet this year, one who'd been out for a couple of games, and it was good to see them playing and getting back into things. But we had a couple, especially on some passing plays. We had some obvious breakdowns where we gave up a couple touchdowns that were a little surprising.
Right.
Wide open receiver, tight end, ran through the middle of our defense, outran our secondary all the way to the end zone.
You usually don't think of someone outrunning our secondary or outrunning us at all, but it is true. That just comes back to sometimes you have those breakdowns in coverage. And you would rather that be in a situation where you win the game anyway. You can work on that in practice, but you have to admit during that time, and you were there in the stands, and when that occurs, and it's against a team you should normally hit pretty hard, and the fans start being and you start sweating like lightly buttered biscuits. It's a little difficult.
Yes, I don't remember the butter, but it was a little bit. There were moments where you're kind of like, I'm not sure what's happening. It was
right.
But you said beforehand that Rond was a good player, and he was. I want to give credit to Priory. They fought hard. There were only like 23 maybe dressed for the game.
They don't quit.
They were good. They didn't stop fighting, and they played hard. I gotta give them credit for that.
Exactly. Nobody in our league quits.
No, right.
Nobody
does. And they haven't won a Metro Conference game yet, but they gave us their best shot.
Yes.
On the offensive side of the ball. Yeah. What didn't seem to be flowing this time, interestingly, was the ground game. We didn't quite get the running game going. It didn't seem like some of the other games where like the holes were huge and we were running for 7-8 yards a run. It was harder, the territory that we earned on the ground. I think to compensate for that, we had a pretty good day through the air.
We did, Evan Johnson had the game that he's been dreaming of. We've been waiting for, and he has always been capable. He did a great job. Brought his A game, 16 of 20 for over 300 yards. So breakout game from Evan Johnson. Yes, pinpoint accuracy, big yardage. As far as working and spreading it around, really great. So you figure every once in a while your ground game is going to have a day off, and that's okay as long as other parts of the offense are going well. I think
that's great to see, right? It's great to see that you can score multiple ways, you can move the ball multiple ways. And Dylan, right? You mentioned Evan, but Dylan had at least 3 of those touchdowns through the air. And I'm sure, given how big his season was last year and a comparatively quiet start to this season, I'm sure he was happy to get some of those big plays.
Exactly. And just coming back to Evan Johnson, just how his leadership capacity has just increased week after week after week. And going into a game against John Burroughs, it's nice to see that capacity, just like Robert Fulton on the Mississippi, just gaining steam at the right time.
Gaining steam. And speaking of John Burroughs, we'll be back in our next episode to preview this huge, Metro Conference Championship game coming up on Saturday. Join us in that episode. We'll talk about the Burroughs game.